And just a reminder, not now that I'm editing the podcast, let's not fuck it up. It was funny when Mo had to do it, but I remember there was one podcast we did where everyone was like switching like names so they'd be in a different order and stuff like that. And then people were like messing with their mics, and I was the only one not doing it. I felt so bad for Mo. I was like, as a guy who edits a lot of things, I feel you, buddy. I would never do that to you.
Yeah, no, I remember that exact episode.
Yeah. It was brutal.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, man. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, no. The most tip-tappest bar ever.
Yeah, it's the most tip-tappest.
What does that mean? What the hell does that mean?
It's very tip-tappest. It's very like
what are you even saying now?
It's like regal up, really nice, polished, dressed, tip-tastest.
Tip-tastic? You're not even saying your own thing right. You typed it. You're not even saying it right. You have no idea. You are flying by the seat of your goddamn pants. You don't even know what you typed.
Tappist.
You can't even say it.
Well, no, I can say it. I say it in my brain.
So little to you. Does this mean so little to you that you just start making up phrases that you can't even say? For the title of the podcast.
It's like polished, stand up. It's like, like I'm a gentleman. It's a thing. The tip-tappist, like looking at gentleman, he's a very tip-tappist
I'm Googling
man.
it.
Look at him. Very
I'm Googling
polished.
it. I'm Googling tip-tappist. Let's see what comes up. Tip-tappist.
Let me know. What does it mean?
You don't even know what it means?
I know what it means.
Everybody, shut the fuck up. You know what happens when I just typed in tip-tappist?
What?
Showing results for top rapist. List of serial rapists, Wikipedia.
Brian.
Oh,
God.
Oh, shit.
Tip-tappist.
No, like literally, I'm going to take a picture of this. I'm not even lying. That is hilarious.
Wow. I just thought of like a butler, and I could picture a butler saying, "Dude, that man is the most tip-tappist."
You're talking out of your ass.
Talking out of your ass, and this is what Google thinks of tip-tappist.
Oh God!
Wow.
Oh no! I gotta put that in the dictionary. Urban Dictionary. I gotta come.
Good God,
oh my God!
I couldn't even make that up. I just typed it into Google, and it's like, do you mean top rapist? No, Google, no. And what do you even like? You have a list of like who's the best rapist? Well, like how do you? What do you mean top rapist? That's terrible.
They're ranked. Anyways, hey everybody, the bar is open where, no rapists are here at the bar. You're safe. It's a safe place. I gotta, listen, it was a very strong open. Now I gotta, cozy them, hug them, Anyways, hey, listen, if you're listening at home on, all of our platforms like Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, all that, thank you. Thank you guys for listening and supporting. And tonight is the boys, the three BOP boys. How you guys doing tonight?
Well... I'd say I'm tip-tappist, but apparently that's not a phrase we ever want to use again. So for now, I guess I'm just Mike. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, I'm Akhtar. Hey, remember when Brian came up with a term that just doesn't exist at all and thought it meant something?
I just pictured a fine English gentleman.
You remember that? Do you remember that?
Just use phrases that exist.
Yeah.
Well, listen, the English dictionary is just made of random words.
The most messed up part is that Brian thought it actually existed.
No, this is this is a Brianism. He comes out, he makes up a phrase and he thinks like, no, people say this. It's like, no, Brian, nobody has ever said that. It's only you. Your diseased brain made it up.
No, people say weird things, and I just thought
you say weird things. It's you.
Listen, the Urban Dictionary exists. The Urban Dictionary exists. There's right there. Things that people make up, and it's a part of the dictionary.
Hold on. Nova in chat says that they're British. They don't know if they can help, but like, in England, is there like a phrase like tip tappist? Is that a thing? Have you heard that anywhere, Nova? If you have, let me know, because I'm at a loss here. Google's at a loss here.
I'm at a loss here.
Oh God.
I don't know. That's the thing. My brain thinks of words that like it legitimately thinks is a real word, and it's like, sure, let's just. I think it's a real word because like I hear people say it.
You have not heard anybody say that.
I'm gonna write my own book. I'm gonna call it the Brianism. I mean Brianese. Brian.
You can't
something.
even read a book. How are you gonna write one?
I'll get someone to write it.
Get a ghostwriter.
There you're right.
Dude, that's my favorite Marvel superhero.
Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider. It's just like a dude with a pen and a flaming skull head.
That's pretty good.
And Nova says no, never. So that confirms at least here in America and in England just is not a phrase.
Yeah, at least my Texas phrases made sense, Brian.
Oh my god. No, I asked so many Texans. I felt like they were more offended by the fact I asked.
I'm telling you, those are real things. There's at least a whole entire like Google search of them. So
yeah, I've never heard a hot Texas minute. Never. Mikey, Google it. Go Google.
All right, I'll Google
Texas
hot
minute.
Texas minute. Sure, we'll see what comes up.
I doubt it. And they go. The Texans don't even know Akhtar. Why? How would the internet know? Unless it's a non-Texan.
Oh, here we go.
thing.
More colorful Texas sayings that you can shake a stick at.
No.
Huh.
No.
There's a whole bunch of them here.
I literally asked like 8 of them.
That's not a large enough sample size. The sample size should at least be 30.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Brian. I'll tell you right now. If that ain't a fact, God's a possum.
Yeah, that's what Texan people say.
Is it? You know what? I don't even know anymore. I can't even defend it.
You know
I
what?
don't even know anymore.
You know what? Honestly, at times like these, I just gotta say, he'd shoot crabs with the devil himself.
He would.
Wait, I think I heard that one. That one sounds familiar.
I'm just reading these. She's in a horn tossing mood.
What? Does it tell you the definition?
No, it just lists them. She's dancing in the hog trough.
But no. But I think at the top it kind of gives you like the broader spectrum of what those phrases mean.
Right. So like that one's under argumentative / mad. Here's one for timid. Let's see. If he was melted down, he couldn't be poured into a fight. He may not be a chicken, but he has his hen house ways.
What? I don't understand these. If he was a chicken, he'll have his hen hell raise?
I'm so dry, my duck don't know how to swim.
Oh, he's saying dick.
No, he's saying duck.
Yeah, but like the duck is his dick?
No, the duck's a duck. That's why it's called
The
a
duck's
duck.
a duck, yeah.
Oh, it's not sexual?
Nova in chat just said, my phrases are just jumbled letters. There's I wish I had it. Well, maybe I can find it. There's a really funny site of like made up British like slang and stuff like that, and it's the funniest shit I've ever read. let me see if I can find it.
Listen, the English Latin is hard, so
just
we all
English.
make
just
our own
English.
Word. Well,
just
no,
English.
but English is part of Latin, right? Like it extends from it, right? Or it's like a branch, like it connects, kind of, right? Because we borrow from the Latin language, right?
English is like a bastardization of a bunch of languages, my dude.
Yeah, so there you go. So
So
English
then why
is...
just Latin?
Okay, well, I don't know, because I don't know, people always fucking you say like, well, this has a Latin root, and blah, 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 and this is why that word means that. And I'm like, okay, so then I guess English pulls a lot from Latin. Because if it has a lot of things that, I don't know, come from it to help it mean the way it does, I guess? I don't know.
Well, a lot of languages come from Latin. I mean, you're talking about like your Spanish, your French, your Italian, stuff like that have Latin roots. But
Yeah. Arabic doesn't, though.
no.
But English also borrows from that.
Yeah, well, English borrows from like everything. It really
Like,
is
it's a bastardization of
Yeah. English dabbled in a little bit of everything.
Well, I can't find any of the fake British slang terms, but I gotta tell you, there's a lot of good real ones, and I've like heard most of these, like cheesed off, as like a euphemism for being unhappy, or like chin wag means to have like a long talk with somebody. Oi, let's have a chin wag. I'm sorry, is that offensive? I don't know. Oi, Daft Cow. Oh, that's the name of my new electronic music band.
Nova says in chat, "Oh Jesus, jelly beans." Is that a British word? Saying?
Oh, Jesus, jelly beans. Flogging a dead horse. Is that just like kicking a dead horse, or to try and find a solution to a problem that is unsolvable? Flogging a dead horse.
So beating a dead horse.
Beating a dead horse. Well, beating a dead horse is just like
I think
doing
driving
the same
the
thing
point
over and
home
over again. Yeah.
too much. Yeah.
Oh. And then what? Kicking a dead horse is just. What, you
beating a dead horse was the phrase I was looking for. I said kicking. I meant beating. It's brass monkeys outside. What do you guys think that one means?
It is cold as hell.
You know it. This guy knows. Used when it is bitterly
brass
cold.
Monkeys?
Yeah.
What's a brass monkey? Why is this monkey made of brass?
Because it is to be made of brass. What do you want from me, man? Why are you judging this
Well,
monkey's life choices? You can't
I'm
just
just trying.
You can't just ask a monkey why it's brass.
Well, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just kind of curious. I'm not trying to be offensive. I just want to know why you're brass.
You know what, Brian? You're
just
the
brass.
tip-tappest person I know.
No one brass.
No,
How come
I don't want to use
brass?
that anymore. Tip-tappist, no. I don't know. I'm getting canceled.
Bro, you got Brian to do the that's an achievement. That is what?
That's
It's
literally
true.
me. That's literally me trying to figure out like a way to come back, but I can't, and just words or just sounds are just kind of projecting, and I'm hoping something is gonna happen.
Some of these sounds will make a word eventually.
Basically. Tell you, man, ADHD, man, it's a bitch sometimes.
It's a hell of a drug.
Hell of a drug, man. Hell of a drug.
That's
kind of something. Yeah.
No, you go. I was going to change the topic, so you say your thing.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's kind of cool now seeing like on social media more like videos about ADHD. I'm like, cool. More awareness. I like that. Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it's really upsetting when I'm like reading a Reddit thread or something, and or just see like a meme posted about like ADD and ADHD, and I'm just like reading that. I'm like, wow, that sounds a lot like me. Uh-oh. Like, I've never been diagnosed with ADD or anything, but I like see memes and read about people who have it. And I'm just like, God, that's me. Like 100%.
Oh, dude, it's all a bitch sometimes.
Well, because like
this.
Not only is a big part of it obviously trouble like paying attention, but it's also like being like hyper focused on certain things can be a sign of like ADD and ADHD. Of course, it might be something that like you shouldn't be focused on right in the moment, but like your mind's fixated on this one thing. Because that happens to me a lot. Well, I'll just get like stuck on this one fucking thing, and I can't think about anything else.
Tunnel vision, like absolute tunnel vision. Yep.
And you're just stuck on that for like literal hours. And
Yeah.
like you can't go away. You're actually getting like heated from it and bothered by it and angry. So many emotions. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even always that. It's just that, like, it's the one-track mind thing where, like, I'll have something I gotta do. Like, oh, I gotta write something right now, or I have to, I don't know, do my taxes. But in my mind, I'm just focused on this one thing, and it's just like every time my brain starts to wander, it goes right back to that thing, and it's like, God damn it, I'm wasting so much time. I just gotta focus on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Because that was happening. I was jotting down notes for, like a script I'm going to write soon. And I was just sitting there jotting stuff down. And then my mind wandered back. I think it was to Elden Ring again. And I'm just like, okay. Now in Elden Ring, do I want to go back to that one cave that I couldn't finish? No, I got to find a key for that. And then I'm like, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that game's fantastic. So it's all I can think about.
Dude, that was my whole time through high school right there. Just thinking about random games when I should be focusing on like the assignment that's at hand or whatever. Oh
Dude,
my god.
It happened to me at work today. I'm like doing like the work and shit, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what top 5 games are like my top right now of ever? I just always think about that. The top 5 games, go. Like, I don't know, and I'm trying to get these financial statements out. What's going on? Like, this is not okay. This is actually not okay. And then I write a list of them. Like, I'm writing a list. These things are due in like a day. What are you doing?
Do you, out of curiosity, do you ever like save any of those lists just to look back at them? Because I'll like every once in a while I'll do something like that where I'm like, what are my top 5 favorite games or albums or whatever, and I'll like make a phone note of it. But like I've got some old ones that I've looked back on, and it's funny looking at those lists and being like, man, I had shit taste back then, because like so much of it just isn't true anymore.
Yeah. There's only, for me, 2 games that have stayed on the list consistently, and that's it. Otherwise, the other 3 are very much interchangeable.
Well, what are those 2?
It's
now I gotta know.
Resident Evil Remake and Okami.
Okami's a
Good choices.
Okami's one of the fucking greatest games. Yeah, funny enough, 4 of my 5 top games, they're all Capcom games. 4 of the 5.
Damn.
So Capcom somehow got me figured out.
They cracked me. They figured me out.
They cracked the code, dude. They cracked the code. But I will say my number 1 game isn't even a Capcom game. It's a FromSoft game. It's Bloodborne, so whatever. So even though it's surrounded by Capcom, it's number 1. So like, But that's not about my fault.
What did you say right there? Can you repeat that?
No, nothing.
All I just heard was hama. I'm like, excuse me?
Can we please go with that?
See, you have little Octar-isms.
What's an Octar-ism?
The little wee.
Yeah, but he's just going wee woo. He's just making noises. You're the one who comes like makes up phrases.
He's making sounds. How come he can make sounds?
Sounds that exist. That's a siren. Like wee woo.
Yeah, okay, it's a siren. That was from Kung Pao with the girl. Wee woo. Remember?
Yeah. Okay, but like a word is
source
just
material.
Okay, but a word is just a sound, though. I'm just
tip tap.
But you're putting
something
them
very
together
different on Google
in a very bad way. See, Brian, it's how you combine the sounds. You see, this is what language is. It matters. You can't just make random noises and say, well, that's speech. No, we have to agree upon the noises.
Well, I mean, I got noises, too, that I want to make. But then it's kind of considered weird.
But then it's considered weird.
It's only considered weird if they don't exist, like, at all, in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's a little disconcerting when you see someone walking down the streets, like, speaking some language that doesn't exist, because you understand the words, but they're just not in the right places.
That's how I English. I don't know, whatever, man.
This man, ladies and gentlemen, he is a writer. He writes things. That's me. Take a bow.
Thank you, thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy. I don't know. Listen, it's whatever, man. I'm gonna make my own book. It's gonna be about the Brianism, and you're gonna learn all about my words, and it'll be in one book, one easy payment. It's simple.
It's gonna be New York Times bestseller.
Damn straight. Eat your heart out, New York.
Every book has that. Have you noticed that every book possible has New York Times number? You're like, how are all of these the number one? How did all of these?
I think it's because, like, if you really, really, like, specify the very specific genre or niche that book is in, then it was probably at one point the best-selling book of that very specific niche genre for, like, I don't know, a day. I guess all it really needs to be is a day. There's no, like, period of time, like, number one best-selling for a year. It's just, like, there was a day where it sold the most copies in its specific little niche, and there you go, New York Times bestseller, I guess.
Damn, taking that to like a really fine level. Sure,
yeah.
kid.
Well,
there
but
you go.
it's the same thing with so many different things you see of like games that would have like Game of the Year edition on it, even though it wasn't like Game of the Year. Yeah. All it needs, like, somebody on the internet just needs to say that, like, that's my Game of the Year, and then all I have to say is like Game of the Year. They don't have to attribute to who it's from. Some do. Like my favorite thing. Do you guys watch Red Letter Media at all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I love watching their, all their stuff, but the Best of the Worst series, they, watch random old movies they have, or they have different ways of choosing them. And then, by the end they watch them all and they try to figure out which is the best of the worst. But like, it's funny listening to them read the backs of the cases for a lot of those movies, because they'll have quotes on them just like most thrilling movie ever, and it'll be attributed to like some dude on MySpace or something. And it's like,
oh my God.
Just like a random fucking person on the internet said it somewhere, and they're like, there we go, we're putting that on the back of the box. Someone said a nice thing about it.
So that's why Sharknado is so popular.
Yeah, well, I think I've never even seen it, but from my understanding, it's one of those movies that's so bad it's good. But
yeah, I haven't seen it either. But then they made like a shit ton of them. There was like, I think like 5, right? Or 4,
probably. And then they started doing like combo movies with other like shitty premises they had. Like there was one that was like Sharknado versus, I don't know, gorilla escapade. So I have no idea, but another thing they made a movie of that's dumb as hell.
Yeah. Well, see, like it's funny because like I always like those movies that are like bad not on purpose, when it's just like they're clearly trying to do something else but just doesn't need it. But then you have those movies that like try to like do that, but they're like, oh, we're self-aware, huh? It's funny.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. You're losing the charm. You're losing it.
The perfect
That's
example.
That's what makes
of
The Room so good.
Right. Yeah. Well, The Room's great, but another. Have you guys seen Birdemic?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
oh my god.
The first Birdemic was supposed to be a really, really bad like metaphor for like global warming.
Yep.
But But it was like made in earnest. Like it's a terrible movie, but they were genuinely trying to like say something. So they weren't trying to make it bad, but because it was so bad, when they made Birdemic 2, they were all like self-aware. It's like, oh, it's funny because it's bad. And it's like, no, you guys, you're in on the joke now, and it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe like the thing that I remember in that movie. I'm like the main character, because it's all about like the environment and stuff. The main character is driving a Mustang.
Yeah,
and it's just like the most like, and then I just love how like he talks about, he's like, yeah, also I would never get rid of my Mustang, it's a hybrid. And it was just like, what hybrid. In what world is a Mustang, what is going on?
The magical Mustang hybrid.
Yeah,
love it.
Because they had to explain as to why their like environmentally conscious movie has a Mustang.
Yeah, I wish one dude was like driving a Hummer and he's like, that's okay, it's electric.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, I say because like I noticed like now there's like a lot more of those kind of movies now where it's like
stop doing that.
What? Oh, with the beard? I know I do it. I know it's a thing I do. I plait my beard. I got to. I have to.
No, but you can do it. It's fine.
Well, I just find it funny because like now on like a bunch of my like apps, I get recommended for like all these like, I guess they're called cult classics, and you get like, what is it, like that priest raptor one, and like I don't know, a lot of those like
yeah,
like a lot of those movies that are like, you know, self-aware that they're bad, and just like, God, man, this is a niche, huh? This is I mean, like, hey, if that's your niche, hey, that's fine. Content for you. To me, I'm just like, wow, never thought that'd be a genre. I guess what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of directors I notice like are making those kind of films.
Yeah, there are a shocking amount of those, but like I agree with you. Like if you make the movies like intending to be bad or knowing it's going to be bad, it's just like it's not as interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess people don't care about that, and they just like seeing cruddy movies. Yeah. Which like I don't mind. Every once in a while they can be fun to watch, but I don't know. I could not do that constantly. I think my brain would rot.
Yeah.
Well, one of them I know at least I like is that. Oh, I don't even know if you would consider that, but easily we call it Tucker versus Evil or something like that.
Oh, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, that one. Like I don't know if you would
really good,
but that's
I really
a parody.
like it.
That movie
it's a parody. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
You're kind of writing the line because there is, you know, parody, and then it's just like making an intentionally bad movie. They're not always one and the same. They're kind of similar, I guess, but.
But a parody is still made in earnest. Like the people behind it still made it with like they're intelligent people who are making sure that what they're trying to do sticks.
It's made in earnest, and because it's a parody, like it's going out of its way to try to like actually like make clever jokes out of stuff they're doing. It's not just like we do a thing because it's bad. Isn't that wacky? It's like there's an actual like joke. You know, that has a beginning, middle, and end. So parodies, I still feel like take actual work to make a good one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the scary movies and the disaster movie and all those would be parodies.
Well, why do you guys think those movies, like, because they started so strong, why do you think they just got worse and worse and worse as they went on?
Because they just, I don't know, I think over time them consistently trying to have to like keep up with pop culture, I think eventually it was going to fizzle.
I was about to say they just started becoming way more meta.
Yeah. Where now, like, you kind of were, like, expecting, like, oh, I wonder what the parody of this would be like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then they started branching out, too, which was bad. They started branching out a lot, like Meet the Spartans and, like, other, like, one based off of superheroes, if I remember right. And like,
Oh, yeah, the superhero movie. Yeah.
That's
why the first three scary movies are, like, those are the ones I like, 1 through 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember watching 4 in theaters and thinking it was pretty funny. I have not seen that movie in a long time, but I remember at the time liking it.
Austin Powers is a parody.
Oh, that's true. He is.
But again, the nice thing about like Austin Powers is it's like a parody of like kind of one very specific thing, and like that's the structure they have for their films. Whereas like you know, Scary Movie, it's just like any movie that might be considered scary is on the table, and we're going to make fun of that stuff. And sometimes they have clever jokes about it. Other times it's like, what if a character from a movie had diarrhea? And it's like, oh, that was funny the first 800 times you did it.
Well, those are the two brothers from, what do you call it? White Chicks, right?
The Wayans brothers. Or Wayans, yeah. Well, how many of those brothers are there? Because I feel like there's more than 2 of them, but it seems like only 2 ever work together at the same time. Am I crazy, or is there just only 2?
Wait, they're triplets? I thought they were just twins.
Yeah, I thought there was another Wayans brother. I don't know if it's like an older or younger brother, or they're triplets. I have no idea. I don't know anything about the Wayans brothers. I just know one. The one was on a show, right? My Wife and Kids. Remember that show?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Wasn't that guy a Wayans brother? Who played the dad? Am I crazy?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really watch it.
I'm
gonna be honest with you.
So My Wife and Kids, Damon Wayans. Damon Wayans. How many brothers do you have, Damon?
God damn.
That's
wait,
crazy.
I mean, they're not just brothers, but there's a ton of Wayans, it looks like. Marlon Wayans, Keenan Ivory Wayans, Sean Wayans.
Wow.
Is there more?
There's so many Wayans brothers, bro.
Oh my
Man,
God,
the Wayans got fucking down and dirty.
Yo, then.
Yep, 5 sisters, Elvira,
They making
Vani, Nadia,
love.
Kim, and Deidre? I don't know. And 4 brothers, Keenan, Marlon, Sean, and Dwayne. So that's 10 kids, including him, including Damon.
Damn.
Good God.
That's awesome.
Good fucking God.
Dude.
That was some loving right there.
Yes, and they're all talented. That's the thing. They're all talented as hell.
Well, all of them except for 3 have their own Wikipedia pages, so they're at least that notable.
But by the way, Nova says to our comment about those parody movies, because people keep getting away with things and kept watching them.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's not been a thing in recent years, because when was the last time they made a movie like that? I mean, I know COVID didn't help, but I feel like I haven't seen one of those in many years.
Many a year.
Many a year.
You know, it's kind of funny, like, growing up and kind of thinking about, like, all those parody movies. Like, Hollywood really has its phases where it's just like, all right, this is the popular thing, now we're going to fixate on this and just make everything about it. Oh, that's dumb? Cool, let's move to the next one. Make everything about it.
There was just
Next
stuff in the
and next.
90s that, like, you could just get away with, though. I don't know why. It was just the times. Like, they tried doing another Space Jam, and guess what happened? It failed.
Oh, it's terrible.
You know? Like, there's just things that you could only have done during the 90s for some reason.
I mean, that's probably true of every decade, where just different standards and different things you could get away with.
Yeah. You remember, do you remember the clothes in the 90s?
Oh my god, yeah.
Very baggy for the most part.
This is so, and just weird colors all over, like super vibrant colors.
Yeah.
And it's a mixture of all of them.
I think a lot of that did kind of come off of the 80s, because I feel like at least the later half of the 80s, it's just like wild color combinations out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's just like a time period where people wanted to be as loud as possible.
I think the time period's still now, except it's just now digitally.
Yeah, well, that's very true. But yeah, I feel like the 80s and 90s was when that really like started becoming a big thing, where everyone's like, look at me.
Look at me now.
Look at me in my wacky colors and baggy clothing. Pogs.
Pogs.
Look at my Pog collection.
Just throwing it.
He just like has a hot pink jacket that he's just like pulling Pogs out of. While he's got a sweatshirt tied around his waist.
All hopped up on Diet Coke and Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
Has the fucking like beer hat with the little get to his mouth.
Sucking on Warheads back when they were actually sour.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember Warheads in the 90s? Those things killed your mouth.
Those were insane.
They did.
Like they were like a weapon.
Once you got past all the sourness, though, the sweetness was like elevated even more.
Really
oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. I was one of those stupid ass kids that kept throwing like 3 or 4 in my mouth. Like,
but that picture, exactly, the picture definitely described how like you would look while eating a Warhead.
Yeah, dude, you became Jurassic Park. Like, it's crazy when you're sucking on them.
Mikey,
now I feel like you're using a phrase again that nobody uses.
Please explain. Mikey, you need to explain to me.
You know, you're sucking on it and your brain goes stupid and you're like a dinosaur. You know. Come on, you're going Jurassic Park.
All right.
Come on.
I'll give him that one. That's pretty good.
Come on, that's not a stretch.
Jurassic Park, and it just.
Yeah, like, it's sour, so you're like locked up. Like, come on, you're going Jurassic Park. You're a T-Rex.
I've never heard that before, but I'm using it now.
Oh man,
that should have been the title of the podcast. Just Jurassic Park in it, nothing else. Don't even say Bop Bar. Just Jurassic Park in it.
Jurassic Park in it.
You can figure out what that means.
Oh fuck! You know, I'm just gonna have to learn you all something. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, learn us something.
Yeah, let me learn you something real quick. That's that they say that in Texas.
They do actually. I can. Yeah.
It's a real Texas saying.
A real Texas saying.
Well, I mean,
he's so busy, you'd think he was twins.
You still have those open?
Yeah, baby. I'll pull them out when I see the moment.
These are the words of your people, Brian.
The words of my I grew up where you guys are from. I just moved here for like a year or two. Not by choice.
Yeah,
Well,
but
Brian,
the longer you stay in Texas, the more Texan you've been becoming.
Listen, you already have offended me, sir, by telling
I
me
remember
that
that one
that I
time
have a Texas accent, apparently.
I remember you called me a brown.
When did I ever call you brown?
Look at this A brown.
This A brown?
this one singular brown.
He is of the brown, remember?
Yeah, like Texans often say.
He is of the brown. That sounds so bad. I can't even fake it.
Dude, you just reminded me back in high school when whenever I'd say oh, hey, do you know Oktar? And they're like, Oktar? You mean the brown kid? I'm like, bro.
Man.
That's how people are associated. It's like, damn, we all low-key racist then.
Yeah, I mean, when you're one of 3 Pakistani kids in the school.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. We grew up in a predominantly white area, so it's just you got 10 billion white kids, 4
true.
brown kids, 3 black kids, and then, a scary amount of Asians.
Why is it scary, Mikey? What is scary about it?
Oh, can we unpackage this one? Mike?
I don't know why that word came out. Because it wasn't the word I meant to use. I was just thinking, I guess surprisingly, because I just hit me now that I'm actually quite a lot of Asian kids we grew up with, because I'm friends and still friends with a lot of them. So I'm just oh yeah, that was a lot. There's another talking about me and Brian. There was another Asian Mike and Brian that always hung out together, and
what?
Constantly
Brian.
Yeah, that we grew up with.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to full name drop anyone here, but
shit! Sorry, my bad.
Dude, what are you doing,
my bad.
man?
Sorry. Yeah, he doesn't exist.
Oh my god.
he doesn't exist. He's not a person. We're making him up.
That's right.
But because I remember in 8th grade, we were in the same science class with Mrs. Teets.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's where she happened all the time, where you and me would work on a project, and then other Brian and Mike would work on a project.
Mm-hmm. She made fun of me because I couldn't spell my name right.
Well, yeah, for good reason.
Yeah.
Because it was 8th grade, you couldn't fucking spell your name right.
I confused the I and the A.
Brain. So spelled out brain. Which is even funnier because you misspelled your own name and it's spelled brain.
ADHD, dyslexic, the list goes on. It's hard being dumb.
You're not dumb. You're just what's the term that they're using now? You're lucky. You're just lucky.
I'm lucky.
Which sounds
Brian
like
is a very very
name
lucky boy.
Which sounds like a name for a racehorse, if I may say so myself.
It's just school was interesting.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Nova says they had a teacher named Mrs. Cocker.
Oh.
Oof.
Ooh.
That
as the British say, oofda.
Do they say
what grade did she teach? Because I feel if she was a middle school teacher, that is the worst time to have any name that's even remotely phallic.
Oh, I love that cocker. I'm sorry.
Damn it, Brian! You're almost 30.
Well, it's right there. Cocker. Come on, I'm gonna. It's not there. It's all set up. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Could you do the hand motion again with the clicking sound? I need to see that again.
Oh,
the shotgun was fantastic. I heard they hunt down in Texas. Your form was fantastic for it.
Was there fucking Olympics down there?
Fantastic form.
The form of his cocking motion, great grip.
I thought it was a shotgun where you're just I'm gonna shoot a joke.
Oh well, yeah, I'm cocking her like a shotgun.
What What kind of genitalia do you think women have, Brian? That
no, like
that you can do this.
The
to
leg?
them.
Did you just say the leg?
No, I didn't say the leg.
Leg?
No!
What do you think sex is?
I love you, bro. I love you.
Just stroking people's legs?
What? No, it's like, when the girl's laying down and you're like holding there and you're over and you're going like in, you're like cock it in and cock it out. Just, that was good on my back though, but like, you're cocking in and out, rocking, it's like, you're rocking the shotgun, cocking it. Come on! This is another Brianism. I swear. It's a thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to apologize. I don't know where this conversation got away from us, but it did at some point, and thank you for sticking with us. We really appreciate it. I promise you someday we'll figure out what this podcast is, and it won't be back to whatever we're talking about here.
Holy shit.
Oh god, I'm gonna get canceled. Alright, well, whatever, I don't want to talk anymore.
I just keep my mouth shut for the rest of the podcast. How about that? Can't say something weird if I just keep my mouth shut.
But this is what it's like in my brain. Like, that's why, when I text you guys, I'm like, they know I'm insane. Because I will a text with multiple thoughts.
What was the text you sent me the other day, Brian? Just completely out of the blue.
Oh, he did that to you too.
He did it to you too. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me pull this up.
See, I just think I'm having a conversation with you. I didn't know they're out of the blue.
No, bro, you're making history.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Just so this is out of nowhere. 10:30 p.m. Sunday night. Mike, if my body ever gets mangled and just fucked up, can you promise me you'll get my limbs and stuff replaced with cybernetics so I can live out my Deus Ex Cyberpunk Ghost in the Shell fantasy? 10:30 at night on a Sunday.
I was curious.
And this man's making me promise that I'm going to replace his limbs with cybernetics.
It's his dying wish, Mikey.
Yeah, it's my dying wish, Mike.
He's dying. He won't know. After we can stick hockey sticks in his limbs and say, there you go, buddy. You're a cyborg. We're all so proud of you. Go save the day. Meanwhile, he's flatlining. You're a hero, Brian. You made it.
Tears are streaming down.
Oh my god.
Listen, I was curious and I needed to know.
Oh no. God.
See, this is how I think normal conversations are.
Yeah, usually they start with like, hi, how's it going?
Hey.
What's up?
Well, we're past that point, I've known you for how many years? I don't gotta say hi anymore.
That's true. That's
just the
that
bullshit.
is very, very true.
But I do want to start doing that now. I just, like, every time I text either of you two, I'm just like, hey, this is Mike, James. We went to school together. I'm just going to start like that.
Oh, dude. Wow.
Dude, could you imagine waking up in the morning and getting a text from like your best friend just like, hey, this is so-and-so. We went to we were in the same third grade class or whatever. You're just sitting there like, did I fall into a pocket dimension where I never hung out with this kid? Like, what the fuck is going on?
And it's like every message. Oh my god.
That's incredible.
I would probably have to block you. Phone conversations only.
To go that far to fuck with you,
I could see you doing that just to fuck with me.
Mikey's the one who came up with the idea. Why are you pinning it on me?
well, like, you know, you're. I don't want to fight with you. We're having a good day. I'm sorry, buddy.
Thank you.
Because I come up with evil ideas, I don't act on them. But Octo's just like, oh, I'm gonna do that shit.
This man has farted in a blanket and held down the blanket where I was stuck under it. This man is evil incarnated. So look at him. Look at him. This is the face of a devil.
He's evil. He's evil and he loves it. Gotta respect that.
Gotta respect it.
Oh god.
Oh god. That's why I'm always ready for like fight or flight. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I remember I convinced Brian that Fast and the Furious was a book series before it was a movie series.
Oh my god. And I was stupid enough to fall for it.
I was like, why do you think they're dishing him out so much, man? It's like,
well, it didn't make sense at the time.
because at the time Harry Potter was dishing him out, and that was based off of a book series.
You know, but that's the thing, man. Anything I feel like is like a book. Like, that's what I hear. Like, I watch a movie and someone's like, "Oh, the book is better." I'm like, "That's a fucking book."
Yeah.
Like, of course I'm gonna believe it.
Well, that was a really sad realization when, you know, every movie you hear is like, oh yeah, that's just a book that somebody made into something. It's like, oh, okay, so all original ideas are just gone. Cool.
And especially when you really get into it, because you're just like, oh, wow, I thought this person crafted this whole. Like...
Well, even book writers though, they you know. Their ideas even aren't original either. Like, even like, in my opinion,
True.
who I feel is one of the greatest freaking writers right now, George R.R. Martin, because it's just Game of Thrones. He even admits, like, yeah, dude, Lord of the Rings was like one of the biggest influences of me. Also, World War II, but
and like
or the Depression, basically. The Depression, basically.
God, I can't even remember what it was called. It was like War of the Roses or something like that. But like in medieval times, like very similar scenarios happening between kings and queens.
Yeah.
You know, there of different areas. So, yeah, well, I mean, everything has inspiration, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's just kind of what you do with it. Me and Brian had this conversation before about like how nothing's really truly original, but you know, you take existing ingredients and you try to make something new out of that.
Yeah. Except it really doesn't take much skill to make a book into a movie, and somehow people still fuck that up.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say it's like you would think it'd be a lot easier than just making a movie from scratch, but somehow people keep fucking it up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But part of that could also just be that, like, you know, trying to condense a book that's, I don't know, could take 20 hours to read into a 2-hour experience. It's just never going to be perfect.
Yeah. Well, true. I also think the directors are usually too busy being in love with themselves and trying to put some of them in the movie, and it's just like, can you not though? Because it's not yours. This is not any of your property, and you're using someone else's property for your own benefit. So can you not? And it's not the director, honestly. It's more of like the producers and the production companies and all that trying to put in their. Yeah, it's not really the director's fault, unless it's Star Wars, but we'll get into that some other time.
That's its whole own podcast.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, that, fuck, man, go look at DC's last attempt at, you know, their version of a universe. Studio we gotta link this and this and this and this. Marvel linked all that.
Dude, the thing is that Marvel's good at interlinking stuff. I always thought DC was at its best when every superhero story was its own isolated event, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think DC was always at its best with that. For some reason, like, they're just better at that. Why did you have to take the Marvel route? If y'all just did what you've always been doing, you would have really rocked it.
Well, because they saw how much money they were making.
I think a big issue with, like, DC too is, like, a lot of their characters are so drastically different in terms of like powers, in terms of like tones that their stories usually tell. So when you try to put them all together, like, I'm not saying there hasn't been, you know, like good like Justice League stuff, of course there is, but it's always going to feel a little bit off because you're like, man, you know, they're facing crazy space aliens and stuff like that, and it suddenly makes a lot of Batman's struggles seem just a little smaller in comparison.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just weird.
Can I be honest? I feel that the Rob Schneider cut made it worse.
Rob Schneider cut.
Rob Schneider.
Dude, wait, no. Oh,
I would love the Rob Schneider cut of Justice League.
League. Awesome. Hold on, no, Zack Snyder.
I'll pay money for this shit. Rob
Zack
Snyder's
Snyder.
Justice League.
Shit.
Yeah, he plays everybody.
Oh my god, just picture him in the Wonder Woman outfit. Just standing there.
Just don't even change the script. It's just Rob Schneider as every fucking character.
I want Rob Schneider to just riff on every line. He's just riffing. He's like, oh, you got those are the boxes, right? So we got to get the boxes. And,
We gotta get the boxes, Otherwise the space guys come. We don't want that.
we don't want that. We don't want that at all. yeah, one of the characters is just Rob Schneider just actually just being himself, really. It's just so endearing. Like, oh, you got what's his name? The you can do it.
You can do it. Yeah.
That's one of the superheroes.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of other like existing Rob Schneider characters dressed as a Justice League member.
Oh god.
Oh my god, his characters are characters. But
I think we struck
saying...
gold. We struck gold.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't even remember where we were going with that. Just all I can think about is the Rob Schneider cut. So
no, you're good. Well, yeah. You were just saying how you don't like Zach's cut.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good, but comparing it off of the theatrical cut,
the other one,
that one was
better.
so bad.
Yeah.
Again, this isn't even to say that the Snyder cut is like great or anything. It's not. It's very mediocre and way too long.
Oh my god, way too fucking long.
Way too long. But compared to the fucking theatrical cut, it might as well be the greatest movie ever. Because
I mean,
I saw that movie in theaters. I was so angry. It was like the only time I was genuinely mad that I paid money for like a movie. That and like Dragon Ball Evolution, like those are the two times where I was just like, I can't believe I paid like $5 for this matinee. God damn it!
These are 2.5 hours I'm not getting back.
That's just my life gone.
Well, you always feel hollow that after a bad movie. It's just like God, and just you're thinking about it, and you're just mad because you think about all the other things you could have done. Oh yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, you wasted your time. So you're like, God, it's not even like entertaining bad. It's just bad.
it's so bad.
That's how I
Even
felt
like the choices that fucking Batman made in Batman v Superman, like during that whole fight, were so stupid.
Yeah,
like he just made like some of the stupidest. Like, why didn't you just make a knife if you wanted to kill him so bad? Why'd you have to make kryptonite gas? And why did you make it with the intent that you knew that it's only gonna work for like 2 minutes, and then he's just gonna rock your world? Like, this is not how Batman thinks.
Yeah,
yeah,
no. Yeah, I want to just say like, oh yeah, they really mishandled Batman. They mishandled everything in
everything.
Oh yeah.
Those movies.
I still can't get over the whole dude, and just I drive the point home. I still can't get over. It would have been okay. I know it's Batman's whole mantra. I get it. I 100% get it. But I would have still been fine with him killing people if they just led up to it somehow. But it wasn't. We didn't even get that. We didn't even get that.
But again, there was a YouTuber pointed this out too, and it's so true. Like, because I agree, you can have a story in which Batman kills people. It's been done before.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite way to portray the character, but you can do it. But regardless, it directly goes against like the whole crux of Batman vs Superman, because at the end he's supposed to like relate to Clark when Clark says, like Martha. It's like, oh, why were you saying that name? Like, and then suddenly it hits him like, oh, this dude's like me. He's got a mom as well or had a mom, So it's if your Batman kills people, if he doesn't have a regard for like human life, then why would he humanize with Superman? Yeah. He doesn't care about human life. Like, why would hearing that, oh, this guy had a mom, suddenly make him go like, oh, why am I trying to kill him? Like, you kill other people who have moms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. There's like this
yeah.
one scene in Batman v Superman where Batman is in a warehouse going against people, and there's this one guy who I feel really bad for, and I'm like, he is dead. Like there is coming back.
Yeah.
He had the grappling hook and he like threw the box right at the guy, and they show the scene where the box bumps into his head and then you see like the blood spatter like on the wall. Like I'm like, oh my god.
that dude's fucking gone. Like
he is, if he is not dead, he is eating out of a straw for the rest of his life.
Vegetable.
He is fucked.
Like I don't know where the body's at, but the brain is dead.
Oh man, yeah, dude. That listen, seeing a Batman just take numbers without caring, that would be a fun Batman to watch. I'll just say that right now. That's a fun Batman to watch, but it's not his theming. So like, what are you doing? It's not like what he's been based on since like the 60s. Like, and even probably even before that.
Oh,
well, it makes, to me anyway, it also makes the character more interesting when he doesn't kill, because then he can't just go buck wild. Like he has to be precise with how he takes people out.
Exactly.
And, and that goes with like super villains too. It suddenly ruins them. It's like, well, if your Batman is fine with killing, then
why hasn't he killed
first
you yet?
opportunity he'd murder Joker. Like
yeah. It just doesn't make sense now why all these villains are alive.
Yeah, and also like. Not that we need more Joker content, but my favorite Joker-Batman dynamic is when, like, they don't really want to kill each other because they're that. Like, they realize that the other person is their, like, perfect half. It's like, I exist because of you, you exist because of me.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the only, like, at least for Joker, too, like, Batman is the only one who entertains him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, literally.
I always picture when Joker is literally, but that's the other thing that also bugs me. Like Batman is the only person that Joker is truly honest to. So whenever I hear like Joker literally saying to Batman, like, why, I'm trying to actually kill you. Like, obviously written better than how I just said. No, Joker has not. Like, if you read a comic where Joker is saying I am trying to kill you, don't read that comic anymore.
Yeah.
But like, when you really see him like saying things like that, I'm like, man, that sucks. Like,
no, but like, so here's the thing, like Joker's whole crux is that like, he has a sick sense of humor. He wants things to be funny, right? He wants things to be entertaining. If the funniest outcome is someone dying, then Joker's fine with them dying, no big deal. But for Batman, that's never going to be the funniest outcome, because Batman dies, fun Batman games are over. Joker wants fun Batman games. Joker wants to try to kill Batman in and of the sense that like he wants Batman to succeed. He's like, I want to see you escape the impossible,
Yeah. That's why it freaks me out when Joker's like, why won't you die? Like when he says things like that, I'm like, oh, but that's not you. Why did you say, why won't you die?
Yeah.
But I love those. I love that dynamic. That's what kind of like pushed me out of I forget which Arkham it was, but one of the Arkham games where like Joker is like actually really like trying to kill him. I think it was the first one.
Yeah.
Where he's like, and I'm like, this is still good. It's because Batman is obviously succeeding, but you can like see like Joker's like actually like in the effort, and the funny is gone. Like he wants him to die at this point. Like I'm like, no.
It's like at the end when he turns into the Titan.
Either it's the end, or I think it could have even been Arkham City. I don't remember, but I know there was like a point where he was just like really trying to make him die.
Yeah, I remember you played the third one, right, Doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear feedback.
Oh,
was waiting for the response. All right. Anyways, but no, like me and Mike were talking about it like a little bit ago. Like when the Joker was in Batman's head, like I don't know, it was cool, but I'm just like at the same time like, why are you here? Just so I can hear witty lines again? Like there's no purpose for you to be here.
It's because they were too afraid to make a game without the Joker in it, even though the story at that point had nothing to do with the Joker because the Joker's dead.
Yeah.
But it's just like, nah, he's still got to be in there somehow. So he's a fucking illusion.
And they did it with Jason Todd because Jason Todd is basically a product of the Joker, so he's like kind of in there, but not really, dude. But like, also, why did you do that? Why did you make the Arkham Knight Jason Todd? Like, why did you cop out? I really, to this day, I really do wish it was an original like character, and like Jason Todd could have still been the Red Hood, bro. Like,
no, like honestly, I genuinely agree, but even the stupidest thing of it all was like when everybody immediately saw the Arkham Knight and they're like, oh, that's Jason Todd, and they're like, no, it's a new original character. Like at that point, just be like, yeah, it's Jason Todd. Like you play along with it, and suddenly people are cool with it. They're like, oh, okay, it's Jason Todd under a different moniker or whatever. It's fine,
right?
But the second you're just like, no, it's our own original character, Blazing Blood.
What's like how you about to announce a character and then show your pre-order bonus is the fucking Jason Todd missions? Like
right.
Come on, we haven't fucking seen him at all in this game.
Wait,
of course we're gonna link it.
Yeah, they did.
They did that. Oh my
god. It was the same time of their promoting. Like as soon as you could pre-order, you could see that you get the Jason Todd like missions where you play Jason Todd, and in the same time they announced that they have a new character, the Arkham Knight, and his outfit looks kind of close to how the Jason Todd's outfit's kind of looking in the DLC.
Pretty darn close, really.
Story, but just it's just military. But okay, yeah, sure. It's different character. Yeah, okay, yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah, sure thing. Yeah, no.
You know what I hated about Arkham Knight? You know what I really hated about Arkham Knight? Now that you mention it.
Tank battles.
Tank battles were in their own right fun. I just hated how the things that you were going against, didn't have people in them. If you really wanted to fuck with Batman, if you really wanted to stop Batman, you'd have people in them. Why didn't you have people? I get it, it's a game, but like it makes sense. Like, why did you invest so much in technology? Like Arkham Knight, if you know Batman so well, put people in them. You know that he doesn't kill. Like, are you seriously that stupid? Are you seriously? You're that stupid.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
It's so dumb.
But didn't they also say that the bullets? Because I remember they also did a little cop out just in case. Because I remember the bullets were like non-lethal, but yet vehicles were blowing up. It's like.
Yeah, so if you shot at people,
non-lethal, but
if you shot at people, so if you shot at the robots, it would shoot a 50 millimeter, but if you shot at people, it would be a rubber bullet.
Why?
And then also, what was funny is that if you crashed into a person, you would just see a taser go off.
That's they tried to say it like, there's like a barrier. They get shocked when you drive into them and fly away, but it's like. If you're coming at them at fucking 200 miles per hour, I don't care what you got, what energy field you got around the car, that person's fucking dead.
Dead.
That person is fucking roadkill. and your little shock thing just cooked the roadkill.
Do you understand how powerful a shock actually has to be for them to fly how they do as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cooked. They're cooked.
From the inside out, their heart fucking exploded. Yeah. These people are dead.
Oh, man.
You can't fucking rubber bullets your way out of that one. Those people are dead.
Nope.
Yeah, it was funny because, the third fucking game, it just, I don't know, it's kind of true what you were kind of saying, but how the game just felt like Rocksteady was just angry, just pissed off. You want your fucking Batmobile? Here it is. You want your fucking open city? Here it is. You want more villains? There they are!
What I said, it was like a curl of the monkey's paw where you're just like, we love these Arkham games. We want the Batmobile. And they're just like, sure, yeah, you'll get the Batmobile, but you'll have to use it all the fucking time. Remember those really well-designed boss battles you like so much? What if it's just a tank battle now in your goddamn little fucking Batmobile? Because you wanted it so bad.
That was the other worst part, man. Arkham Asylum and Arkham City had some of the most beautiful, most distinguishing boss fights. There were plenty of bosses in the game. No boss fights.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Yeah. Not even the Jason Todd. Was that even a boss
the Jason
fight?
Todd was a Predator section.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. Because who? Wow. Well, unless you count the DLC with the Killer
Nope.
Croc. You fought him.
Nope.
Yeah, because you switched off with Nightwing. Remember? And you guys do the cool, like, on top of his head in the ship.
I never even completed this game, so obviously I didn't play any of the DLC. But if the only like discernible boss battle you have is in one piece of DLC, then that's not good.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? I mean, like, I know this is overkill because Dark Souls is even more known for the bosses, but like, what if Elden Ring came out and it was just like, yeah, there's no bosses. There's no bosses. There's just horse battles now. Only we gave you the horse. There's only horse battles. No more bosses though.
Have fun.
Fuck
Fuck
Be
you.
like, what, like there would be such a huge outrage. Yet I feel like people don't talk about it enough with Arkham Knight, and it's fucking getting rid of the boss battles and just putting it in stupid Batmobile tank segments.
Yeah, I didn't mind the tank segments. I just didn't like the fact that was all.
Yeah, well, no, I agree. Like, it in and of itself wasn't bad. It's just the amount you had to do it.
Yeah.
Because, like, it was just always back to that. That was the gameplay loop, is the Batmobile shit you did.
God, I got so close to completing that game. 97%.
I did not get very close at all. Nor will I probably ever.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever either.
I don't even want to save Catwoman anymore. She's stuck there. That's her new home.
You live there now. Sorry. Riddler won.
God, yeah. Ugh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Those games are fading out. Because a lot of games are borrowing those mechanics. But
Notice how they haven't made one in, like, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, now we're getting the stupid fucking, what is it, Gotham Knight? Which is the... Yeah, you didn't see that? It's pick your favorite sidekick.
Oh, yeah, I
it's
remember.
the
Four
multiplayer.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna... I don't know. That's gonna be like the Division.
I don't care
can
enough.
see it.
I don't care enough for it, so...
No.
Same. I agree. Yeah, I don't know. But
But
yeah.
life sucks now. Everything we once loved is bad.
Yeah, that's such a truth. Go back to when it was easy.
I mean, I still like playing games with you guys. That doesn't suck.
Oh, yeah, no, that's always great.
That's always fun. I like that. That's a fun thing. Put on my fun list.
I'm gonna get my fun list out. Friendship.
Friendship.
Was this a fucking... Your preschool teacher like, now let's put friendship under the fun list. Let's put genocide under the not fun list.
Two guns. That's very good. Two guns.
Two guns.
God.
Oh my god. No, don't let me near children. I mean, well, hold on, wait, hold on. Let me rephrase this. God damn it, I gotta stop just saying things. I need to give the context first. And not just, fuck, I'm sorry. Wait. God, this is a bad episode. No, I mean,
guys,
like,
thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's been a podcast that you have listened to. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, he's just like, I meant like I shouldn't be.
Just
a
end the
teacher, what I
podcast.
mean.
We know what you meant.
Okay. All right, hey everyone. I hope you have fun on this podcast because we sure did. But hey, why I got you? If I can speak English, yeah. Hey, thank you so much for supporting. We really appreciate that so much. If you're like listening on like on
He's
YouTube,
speaking to the children again. I got you.
I drink some water.
Don't drink water
seriously.
in the middle of the outro.
Why we was parched? Okay, so like, anyways, I'm nervous. Sorry, but anyways, yeah, seriously.
We've been podcasting for over an hour. Why are you nervous now?
I don't know, I'm on the spot. But yes, anyways, and while you're here on the YouTube, why don't you go look at other things? We got like different Let's Plays, music, skits. There's cool things, you know. And hey, if you're listening to this while on our YouTube, thank you. Thank you for listening and supporting. We appreciate it. We love you. Come hang out with us live on Wednesday. As you see, we talk to you. We'll talk to you. Be part of the show. Oh, God.
All right, thanks, everybody. Bye. Have a wonderful day or night.
Just leave! Just leave!
What?